but you want that same paint-like consistency, but maybe a little wetter. And close your eyes for this because it's
Hi guys, okay.
Today's video is going to be really, really weird. Kind of, almost. So, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you definitely should. I'm not trying to promote my Instagram. Yes, I did, but I'm not trying to be like, oh, go follow me. I'm trying to tell you, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know what this video is. Now, on my Instagram, I post a lot of kind of like costumey makeup. I'll put a few pictures up, but I do a lot of like Instagram only looks where I do a lot of like costume, cosplay, like Halloween, kind of like very Instagram makeup. And I've had a lot of requests to film it, so that's what this is going to be. This is not going to be a everyday makeup look. This is not even going to be a glam makeup look. This is going to be a me playing with makeup. That's it. I'm just going to play with some makeup. And I really like to do this because I like to try new makeup. And I like to practice my blending techniques, practice the way the colors go together. And that's how I do this. This is what I do when I want to do that. I just slap makeup on my face and, draw blush all over my face and, just trying different products and testing new things. And that's what this is going to be. Sometimes I do a full monochromatic look where I do all greens, or I do a look where I do a huge blown out wing like this. Or, today we might do some teardrops. It's just whatever I want to do. I will say this is going to be a very long video, and I'm going to try my best to explain what I'm doing. However, sometimes there's just no explanation. So grab a snack, grab some coffee, and let's jump right in. Going a little closer. We're real close and personal right now. And I am going to be working on my eyes, and let's just get this done. Now, my face is breaking out a lot, so don't hold that against me. And I have lash glue in my eyes. Oh, well. First thing I'm going to start off by doing is priming, and I'm going to be taking my NYX white eyeshadow base, and I just like throwing this all over my eyes. Something like that. And yes, this is gonna look insane because that's what this look is. And then I'm just gonna show you the eyeshadow palettes I have to kind of jump in between because I can't guarantee that I'm always gonna show you exactly what shade I use. So, the very first eyeshadow palette I have is the Jeffree Star Mini Breaker palette. And then we have the Crescent Moon for Quad palette, kind of like that shade. I don't know, we might use this. And then I have the Tartiste Pro Remix palette. I want to kind of play with some of these fun shades. And then I have the Urban Decay X Kristen Leanne palette. Literally some of my absolute favorite shades are in here. Then I have the Violet Voss Flamingo palette, one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palettes, by far. And last but not least, oh, nope, I lied. And I have the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. Now, I may not jump into all of these, but the whole point of this is to kind of just pull out eyeshadow palettes that I might use, might want to play with a color or two in. It's just inspiration. I do this just for inspiration. And the last one is the NYX Sugar Trip Squad eyeshadow palette, which is kind of pastels and things. Now, that is why I pull so many eyeshadow palettes out. I do this just about every time I do an eyeshadow look. I just pull out a bunch of palettes that I would like to play with, and I kind of just lay them out, and we go from there. It's really just for the inspiration to see what I want to do. I have my bucket of brushes, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush and dip into, I don't know yet. This green shade is really calling my name in the Kristen Leanne palette, and it's called Lime Time. I'm just going to dip this really fluffy brush. This is a shimmer shade. I know I'm not supposed to be dipping into shimmers, but let's just dip into that, and we're just going to blend that. Oh, kind of pat that out. We're just going to kind of blend that. I don't even know what I want to do. In the outer corner, I guess. Next, I'm going to take the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette and take the shade Cute, which is the shade right here. And we're going to blend that kind of just in the crease only. I always stamp these shades when I use this base. I always stamp the shades first because If not, then it kind of doesn't show up very well, in my personal opinion. I like to stamp it and then go in and blend it. I feel like just stamping it gives me the best color payoff. I'm just feeling these greens for some reason. And I know some people like to do just one eye at a time. However, for me personally, I feel the look comes together better when I do both eyes at the same time. I'm just stamping it. And don't worry about blending. We'll go back and do that later. This is just to kind of lay down your color base and decide what you actually want to do. Like I said, we're just playing with makeup. I'm not trying to do anything specific. And then I'm going to go in with that shade Sour, which is that very, very, very green shade right there. And continue putting that in the inner, like in this part. And the shade is kind of very close to the lime shade we used, but it'll be okay. Okay, so we have that laid back, and then we're gonna go back in and kind of blend that teal shade we used in the middle. It's just a lot of going back and forth and building up your shades. That is very pretty. And then for some, I'm mainly dipping into this eyeshadow palette. I don't know what I'm thinking. And then for some funness, we're gonna take this Wow shade, which is that bright yellow, and use that to blend all three shades up towards my eyebrow. And then normally whatever shade I take to blend in my, kind of the shades on the brow bone, I use that in the inner corner just to kind of bring all of that together. And I take it right up to my eyebrow, but getting softer and softer with my blending motions as I go up. So we have something like that. And you can still see that really pretty lime green at the corners, which is gorgeous. And like, look at the difference between that eye and that eye. It makes a difference. And I always go in with less product. Like, you'll see I dip my brush in a lot just because I'd rather start small and just, you know, lightly tap it and then build it up rather than going in super strong, getting all this pigment on our brush and then stamping it on and having to blend it away. It's a lot easier and not as time consuming because these looks take a lot of time. Even if you know what you're doing and you've practiced for a while and you know what you want, it can take a while. Especially if you're just playing around, you're doing it to kind of kill time and you just want to do it right. You don't want to have to blend away your mistakes because then you get frustrated really easily and, you don't want to continue. But this is what we have looking like. I really like that. I think I'm going to probably do some eyebrows first and then we'll come back and finish up the lid. Eyes, we're not done at all by any means. I just want to finish up the eyes and then we'll kind of go from there. Or do the eyebrows, and I kind of want to carve them out today, and then we'll go from there because we still need to put something on the lid and, do the lower lash line, but let's just do some eyebrows first. I kind of want to do like a teal eyebrow. Would that be, play into these teal shades? What if I mix Cute and Brain Freeze from the Jeffree Star palette? So this shade and mix them and do an eyebrow. So like one would be on the outer corner, one would be on the inner part of my brow. I think that's what I'm gonna do. My eyebrows need to be done, so don't mind them. They're very, need to be plucked. But I'm going to mix Brain Freeze and Cute and I'm gonna do Brain Freeze in like the inner third of my lid and then kind of mix them and then do Cute just on the outer portion. So I'm going to real quick do that. I also, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna just spray my brush so I actually pick up enough pigment to cover my eyebrows. And I'm just using this Cover FX high performance setting spray. So we're just gonna spritz it. And then kind of just, you wanna make sure it coats the brush and you wanna get enough powder and you don't want it to be like super, super powdery to where it looks like it's eyeshadow. You kind of wanna make it into like a paste almost. It sounds really weird, but you kind of want to like get some of the product up, make a little paste, and so it kind of doesn't it's hard to explain, but that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is what we have. Obviously, you can still see my eyebrows through it. That's, it's just fun. And if you notice, it's a slight contrast. But one thing I recommend when doing makeup, especially when you're playing around, keep an old towel. Like, this is a really dingy old towel. It's clean, I promise. It's just super stained. I just keep it so I can wipe my brush like this if I need to switch colors or if you get too much pigment. or, you know, if you have fallout, anything, like, just keep an old towel around. It really does help. But this is what we have going on. And then I'm going to, you know, apply my foundation and carve out my eyebrows. And doing so, I'm going to be priming with my Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer, and mixing that with a Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Oil, just because my skin is really dry. And for foundation, I actually use concealer when I do looks like this, because I have a lot of concealer, and I don't really want to waste a foundation on like playing around with makeup. So I usually use a product that I don't necessarily like as much, or a concealer that's maybe a little too drying, or, you know, something that I'm okay with but I want to use up. Whereas this one is in my project pan, and I use this as foundation because it is a pretty good skin tone match for me. It's the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer in Snow. I'm going to be using that as my foundation. So I'm going to real quick apply all three of those, and then I'll be back because that's kind of a boring step. And then, we're also going to do concealer, which I'm actually going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Concealer, another project pan item. So I'll be using all four of these products, you know. I'm going to prime with these two, foundation and concealer, and then I'll be back because I do have some liquid and cream products I want to use. So we'll be back for that, but I'm going to real quick apply all this, and I'll be right back. So in the process of doing, I just primed, and I realized I forgot to tell you, all I did to clean my under eyes up, because we did have a lot of, like, eyeshadow down here and things, I just took this and I kind of like went like this, and then I wet it with like I have water spray around here. I just did that, and then my face is really tacky. I need a lip oil on as well, so I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna apply this Grande Lips Hydrating Lumping Lip Oil. It is tinted. It's like a dark purple. I'm just trying to use it up. It's gonna look a little weird, but, you know, my lips need it, and this is so nice. Okay, and that's what we're looking like. We're looking very thick and covered, but I like that for this. When I'm playing around with makeup, this is what I like. So I have a few more products I would like to play with. I think over top of that, like, we have a glow, but we don't have the glow I would like. So over top of that, I think I'm gonna try this Milk Makeup holographic, or no, what is this? The Supernova Shimmering Stick. And try to, like, put some of that on top, I guess. I don't know. We're just playing. I don't know if I want to, like, warm it up on my finger first, or I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my middle finger and kind of warm it up on here, because I don't know how this is going to look. Ooh, that is very, very glossy and shimmery. Okay. So I have a little bit warmed up on my finger, and I'm just going to, ooh, okay. Pat, pat, pat. I'm glad I warmed it up on my finger, because it's got, like, a weird, like, oil in it that's kind of like, it would have been a lot of an oil top layer. I'm not getting a lot of, like, the color, but I like that glossy look. Let's just try to swipe it right down the middle of my nose, because yeah, it's a lot of just like a sheen rather than the color. I don't know about you, but I can't really see the color. Let's try to swipe. What if I take a brush? Let's take a brush. I have this really small it's a Morphe R33 brush, and I'm just gonna kind of clean off that top layer. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything. I mean, there's a little bit of color, but not, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just getting foundation on this. Like, it's not doing much. That's a little disappointing, but okay. And this is what happens when I play with makeup. Like, you never know what you're gonna look like. I don't ever go in with a plan. I kind of just grab some products and go from there, and, you know, kind of let it talk, like, let the makeup speak to me. Tell me what I want to play with. I think we're good there. If I add any more, I'll probably look like a freaking grease ball. And I'm gonna set under my eyes, just under my eyes though, and in doing so, I'm just gonna take this AOA Studio setting powder in porcelain, I think, in a very small brush, and just kind of pack it up under there. Okay, I will also just lightly dusted some powder all over the places I want to bronze, because I do want to bronze. I'm gonna take my Hoola Benefit bronzer and just bronze. I think I want to carve the lid and put this NYX Sugar Trip eyeshadow palette, this green shade all over the lid. I think that's what I want to do. That's the shade. I think that would be really, really pretty all over the lid. But first, I gotta carve it out. So to do so, I'm just gonna take, honestly, some concealer. I'm not picky. I'm just gonna take some concealer and a flat brush and just carve out the lid. Now, when you carve out your lid, this is where you can really play. You can really see what you wanna do and, you know, kind of shape it. So right now we have this very like square or like drawn out, you know, shape. If I wanted to, I could put this concealer on and I could clean all that up and cut it right there. I don't think that's what I'm gonna do. I honestly think I'm just gonna carve out the very front of my lid, but we will see. I always start in the middle of my lid when I carve it out, just for me personally. It helps me know where I can, how far I can drag the makeup, and if just in case I add too much, I can evenly distribute it all throughout the eye. So that's what we look like. We don't want anything crazy, you know, you just want a nice thin layer. And we're gonna apply that NYX shade. I think I'm gonna leave the center, we're getting a little fallout from it. I think I'm gonna leave the center kind of bare and go in with something else. Because the shade is A, giving me a ton of fallout. B, it's all right. It's not what I wanted. All right, I mean, it's on. It's not exactly what I wanted. We got a little bit of fallout from it, so I'm gonna take that same powder brush I used and just wipe all that away. Hopefully I got it all. And then I'm gonna take this Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife highlighter and apply this in the center of the eye, because I think that'll really bring what I was looking for to the look. That is so pretty. That is exactly what I was looking for. Okay. And then we're gonna finish up under the eyes, and to do that, I'm gonna take some of those teal tones again and run that along the lower lash line. So taking that same Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette and taking this shade, which is Cute, and we're gonna run that right along the lower lash line, and then I'm gonna smoke it out using Brain Freeze, which is that blue right there. That is gorgeous. And then right in the inner corner, I'm going to pop Lemon Drop by Jeffree Star, which is a very like true yellow. It is this shade right here, and we're just popping that right in the inner corner, like just barely hitting it right here. That is gorgeous. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Now for the fun part, we get to play with the face. Now I can draw all over my face. I've done a blush and kind of like colored freckle moment. I've done all that. So I think I'm gonna do like some teardrops, and we'll go from there. Maybe this could turn out really, really bad. I kind of want to do like blue, like straight blue teardrops, and like, or maybe like drips coming from the eye, kind of like, you know, like, I don't know. Let's just try it. I'm gonna take, you know what? We're gonna take this palette. This is the Violet Voss Flamingo palette, and take Beach Ball, which is this shade right here, and use that to carve out like these drips. I don't know if that's what we're gonna call them, drips, or you know what, but it's gonna be a very small brush like this, and you really wanna wet your brush for this. So I'm gonna take that same Cover FX setting spray, and you wanna like douse your brush in this, because you really want it to be, like if you have a liquid liner that will work for this, or like a gel liner, use that. I personally don't, so I'm gonna end up using a eyeshadow, but you want the eyeshadow to be almost like a paste on the brush. Like you want it to look like almost paint on the brush, because that is just how this is gonna work best. Yeah, so I have a consistency like this. If I were to, like, that looks like paint. Like, that's what we want. And I'm gonna take this mini Jawbreaker palette and use the mirror. And I'm just gonna carve out some kind of like drips or waves coming from my eyes. This mirror is dirty. And you want them kind of all different lengths, and then you just fill them in. And you don't want to make them very symmetrical on either side, because, you know, it's just, this is the fun of it. And having that eyeshadow that is like paint makes it, like, you know, having that consistency makes it really easy to fill them in. Because I haven't like re-wet my brush or anything, and I'm going to be able to fill in all of this. So we have something like that. And then if you wanted, you could go back in and kind of, you know, outline it in black, or, you know, I might add a smaller one over here just to kind of give it a little something. And then as you can see, my brush is kind of running out, so we're going to redo it and do the other side. And they're not going to be even. You want about the same amount on each side, so I'm going to do 4 on the other side, but you want it to be kind of not symmetrical. Like, that's the whole point. And then you can see with this one, I'm kind of running out of setting spray, so the consistency isn't perfect. It's a little too, like, it gets chunky if you don't get it right, so I need more setting spray. Like, you just have to know, if you have paint, like, go right ahead. I could get out my special effects makeup and use paint. However, I'm lazy and I have this sitting in front of me and I don't really want to, so I'm gonna take the lid off of this, and there's only a little bit of setting spray left, so I'm honestly just gonna dip my brush because that'll be the easiest and that'll make it the most like paint. And that's what we have going for that. And then I think, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna take another really small brush and go in and kind of, I mean, it's gonna be a little dense actually, because we're gonna go in and kind of make, like, I'm gonna take this brush and we're gonna make like freckles. But like, not freckles, kind of like when you take a brush and you go like this and you get like those water things, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing to my face. So I'm going to pick a really shimmery light shade because that's what I want. And you want something that's kind of gonna make it look like it has, like this has highlights. I'm gonna take the shade Jawbreaker, which is like this stark, colorful white shade. It's like a white iridescent shade. This brush, dip it in your setting spray. You know, you want it like doused in setting spray, which I don't have very much left. And then I'm going to, you know, make that same paint-like consistency. Get something like this to where it looks like we kind of have highlights, and that's what we want. And then I'm going to take this same Flamingo palette and take the shade Tidal Wave, which is that shimmery shade, and just kind of like speckle it in just the like blue tear wave things. I don't know. So we have something like that. And then if you wanted to, you could add more squiggles, you could add, you know, all that fun stuff. I honestly think I think I'm done. We could be done, but I'm also me and I would like to add something else. I have this purple eyeliner from Maybelline, and we're just gonna kind of like draw in between. Okay, y'all, my light is getting super hot and I need to hurry this up. Okay, I'm gonna take some blush. I'm gonna try the Balm Cabana Boy and see if I should have done blush first. I don't know why I didn't, but this is what we're gonna do. See if we can lightly, if that'll help with some of this maybe. I don't know. That probably wasn't the shade I should have used. Helped a little bit. What if we apply some up here? Because I like blush. I definitely think that helped. And then I'm gonna go in and add just a tiny bit more highlight, taking Trophy Wife from Fenty Beauty and just popping that in some of the high points that are not covered by the, you know, kind of makeup that we have going on here. I don't even know what to call it. So this is what we have. We have, you know, a lot of glowiness going on. I kind of like this. I think it's fun, cute. You know, just playing. I'm going to apply some lipstick. I'm going to use the Becca Cosmetics Sugar lipstick, one of my favorites. Nude, super cute. And I'm going to apply lashes. I don't know if I want to do a wing. I kind of just want to do lashes, but I feel like a wing would be cute. I don't know. I'm going to try to apply lashes. I have these Lashy Box lashes in Joa. That's the style. I'm going to apply these, and then I'll be back. I'm going to do this off camera because lashes kind of take me a minute to put on. I just filmed my entire outro and I wasn't actually filming. So, you guys, this is the finished look. I popped on lashes. These are the Lashy Box lashes in the style JoJo, and I'm loving this. I also popped on some hoops, but I'm loving this. I love this color combination, like that green especially. Oh my goodness, yes, this is what we have going on. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of this video. I know it is a long one, but if you guys did stick around to the end, let me know down below. I love to know. And if you guys are not following me on social media, definitely do so down below. You'll see more looks like this, especially on my Instagram. And let me know if you guys like this. Do you want to see more? Do you have any colors you want me to specifically use? Do you have any looks you want to know that I've done on Instagram and I didn't film? Like, let me know down below. I love to hear those thoughts and opinions. I love your guys' feedback. You guys can follow me on social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter, and TikTok. And you guys can subscribe. I post new videos 4 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. And that is all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!